Hello and welcome to the Dharma Life podcast. I'm your host, Aloise.life, and this week we are talking about how you can reclaim your power. If you haven't noticed, the world is like, oh, I don't know about you, but I have had a very testing couple of weeks. Everybody is at such a different place in their thinking, in their evolution, in their consciousness. And in this episode, we are going to discuss how you can reclaim your power. Now, why do you need to reclaim your power? Many of us are feeling powerless at the moment because of what is going on. The external world is really challenging us. And I don't know about you, but I've probably grown more in the last 18 months than I probably did in the way many years before. So when everything's kind of going crazy out here, the thing we need to do is to come in here and reclaim our power. And actually that, as you well know, if you listen to my channel, is the real work. And everything out here is a distraction. So I'm going to be talking in this episode about how you can reclaim your power and actually why people feel powerless. What is it that's causing them to feel powerless? I'm going to explain that to you. And then we're going to be looking at the 3D to 5D journey, what you guys can expect because you are on this journey. Now, as I said in many episodes, my job is to just speed up your evolution. So I'm going to share with you what you can expect on this journey. And this 3D to 5D journey is all about raising your vibration. We live in a vibrational universe. Everything is energy, everything has a frequency. And the more you do your inner work, the more you will raise your frequency and the more your external reality will reflect that back to you and the better life will get. Now, the more you reclaim your power, the more you will have control around this incredible reality that you're creating. Not in an attached way, but in a powerful, centered, balanced way. So many of you are looking at leaving your corporate jobs. You might be working for a corporation or an organization that just doesn't resonate with you anymore. You might be what we call a frustrated employee. You know, that was my story, very much so. I was working for a recruitment business for a long time and I was frustrated. It wasn't serving my soul. And as we go through the spiritual evolutionary process, we really need to align with our soul and create our 5D soul vision and really live into our 5D soul purpose. So let's have a look. I wanted to share something with you because this is something that I think you guys could find very useful. So at the moment, if you follow me, you will know that we have gone into the Leo-Aquarius age. And the Leo-Aquarius age is, if you imagine a lion is all about strength. And Aquarius is a very spiritual horoscope and sign. So this is about people and humans really connecting to their sovereignty, to their power. You know, the Leo is all about them really finding this strength within. And then Aquarius is all about spirituality. So it's really about a spiritual awakening happening on the planet, the great awakening. And not only that, people are realizing and awakening to what has been going on this planet and realizing that actually it's just a reflection of consciousness. You know, it's very easy to get sucked into the bad guys and the good guys, but what I would really say is you just have to understand that it's our collective shadow coming up. And really, the best thing that you guys can do is to do this inner work. I wanted to show you this journey because this is the type of thing that you probably will be going through yourselves. So you can see on this diagram, right at the bottom is feeling unfulfilled in your job. Maybe you feel unfulfilled and unhappy and you feel like you're really not going anywhere in your current job. Now you're probably part of what we call the rat race. So the rat race is what I would call the matrix society. Your living may be dependent on a corporation, a business, and you may be enjoying yourself. And if you are, fantastic. You know, what I would say if you're listening to this is this will be relevant to you if there's something inside of you saying, I want more, I'm not happy, I am unhappy. If you are in doing what you love and it's working for a corporation and you feel every day you get up and you feel joy, then don't worry, you're in the right place, because otherwise your inner sat nav, your inner CEO would be telling you it's time to move. But if you're somebody who is feeling unfulfilled and stuck and frustrated and a bit scared to leave and really more in fear, then this definitely is the journey that you are on. The chances are you've probably spiritually awoken. You may have dived into the rabbit hole and you may have like found out all this stuff and you don't really know what to do with it. Well, I would say put it down. Know it's there. It's part of your evolution, but don't get lost in it. I always say 80-20. 20% looking at the outside, 80% doing your inner work and designing and creating the life that you want to live. Very easy to get lost in the illusion. It's very important that you're centered and balanced and you're really focused on your lane. Everything and everyone around you is there for a reason. That's your karma. So we talked about people feeling really powerless at the moment, and people who feel powerless at the moment probably have this closed root chakra. You know, they haven't gone through their spiritual evolutionary journey. They're easier to manipulate. Their root chakra is shut, and they probably feel quite scared and quite fearful of what is going on. And if that is you, then again, welcome. It's okay. You're in the right place. We are here to support you on this journey. And really, this is what reclaiming your power is all about. Reclaiming your power is basically saying enough is enough. I'm not going to be scared. Fear is a choice. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my healing work. I'm going to do my inner work. So you can see here the journey is to start to listen to yourself. Now, as you move up, you have this desire to be of service. Like I remember getting to a point in my career where I was working for this recruitment company and it was just about money. It wasn't about doing a good job. It was just about who could make the most money. And it was so unfulfilling and it was so empty. And I just got to a stage where it was just so difficult for me to even go into the office on a daily basis because I hated it so much. But I was in the process of buying a house. So in literally, I kind of got my house and then I left. A sense of relief, even though I was scared about how I was going to pay the bills, the sense of relief was massive. So usually at this stage, you have this desire to be of service. You really are someone who's now spiritually awoken. So you start to seek. You are somebody that is probably starting to do spiritual development work or personal development work. You know, for me, part of taking back your power is to really dive into self-development. And I had this innate inside of me, I was questioning everything and I was questioning the status quo because I was saying, you know, we don't get taught anything. You know, we go to school, we learn geography, English, maths, physics. Like, how useless is that? We don't learn about health. We don't learn about how to sustain ourselves. We don't learn about anything that is really useful in the external reality. And I was starting to question this and I was kind of going, what is the point? And we're told to go to school, get a good job, get a good education. We're told to then settle down and get married and have children. Like, again, nothing wrong with all of that. There's definitely something I want in my life, but it's not all there is to life. So I was really questioning the status quo and I really wanted to find my purpose and move into my purpose. And I would say that stage is the hardest. If you're in that stage, I know how it feels. You have probably lots of people around you who are still in the matrix or still in the rat race and they're not questioning things. And so you can feel quite alone, but you haven't developed a community of people who think like you. And so you've kind of got one foot in one paradigm and one foot in another paradigm. And it can feel really lonely. You're probably trapped in your addictions. You know, for me, it was alcohol, it was drugs at the weekend, it was coffee, you know, you name it, sugar, all these things were like trapping me. And it's a very difficult place to be because you're kind of one foot in one world and one foot in another. But what I would say is listen to your soul, listen to yourself, and come and join. We are doing a Reclaim Your Power challenge on the 13th of September. Doors open 6th of September. Come and join that, because if that's where you are, I can help you and I can speed up your evolution, because your job now is to reclaim your power, be of service to others, live an ideal virtuous life. So when I say live an ideal virtuous life, I used to work 8 till 8 in recruitment. I used to travel from outside of London into London. My whole life was my job, basically. And, at points I enjoyed my job, but at the end I really didn't. And I didn't really have a life outside of that. And I felt miserable and I didn't really feel satisfied and fulfilled. I felt stuck. And I want to share with you that there is such a big, bad world out there that is free and purposeful and loving. And now I get to wake up when I want. No, we've never set an alarm because we just sleep till when we feel ready to wake up. We meditate, we do yoga, I take my dogs for a walk. I come back, I have a smoothie. I start work when I want. I do a couple of hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on what we're doing. I get to choose what I do. And not only that, I'm doing the most rewarding and satisfying and fulfilling work. And that is available for everybody. This is not just me. I'm not just lucky. Everybody has a soul and everybody has a purpose. And what I'm going to show you in this Reclaim Your Power challenge is, once you start to reconnect to yourself, you reclaim your power, you get guided and you connect to your higher self, you live your purpose, and of course, you get to contribute to making this world a better place. We need to serve ourselves first, but then we can go on and serve others. So developing this sense of connection is the thing that you're going to do over this 3D to 5D journey. And over the course of the 5-day Reclaim Your Power challenge, I am going to be giving you a brand new understanding about what is happening on the planet right now, because it is a bit crazy, it's a bit mental. And if you are not spiritually awake and you haven't done your inner work, you're going to get thrown around. Whereas if you've done your healing work and if you have brought yourself back to yourself and you have really cleaned up your vessel, anything could happen outside and you would be centered and balanced inside. And those are the tools and the techniques and the journey that I can help you on. And I can really speed up your journey. It took me, I think I was early 30s when I was so frustrated and I was trying to get out of my toxic lifestyle. Probably took me over 10 years to really do this journey and do it well. And obviously now with the advent of the Akashic Records and all of the stuff I've learned, we can do that with somebody in 4 or 5 months. It's incredible. The people that come into the academy, I can take them through this process in a really quick time, because you'll have support, you'll have a community, you'll have love, you'll have guidance, you'll have me as your personal cheerleader. Those things are absolutely priceless. I didn't have those things, and that is why I've created them, because I know what a lonely journey it was. At points I just thought I was going mad because everybody was asleep around me. Everybody was still trapped in this matrix. Everyone was drinking, just trying to forget, ignoring what was happening out in the world. And it was such a lonely place to be. So if you are somebody who wants to have the most incredible life, who wants to do what they want when they want, to do satisfying, fulfilling work, to serve others, to help change the planet, then you are in the right place. And this Reclaim Your Power challenge is going to be totally for you. So this is the journey that everybody's on. If you're spiritually awake or spiritually aware, this is the journey that you are on. We are going to help you and we're going to support you through that. Now is the time. You can do it. It's absolutely an incredible time to be alive on the planet. And I'd love to know in the comments where you are at in your journey and where you're getting stuck or where you need support. We're going to put the Facebook group into the chat below. Come and join the Facebook group. The link for the challenge in the group below. Come and join us. We usually have, nearly 1,000 people doing this challenge. So it's good fun. It's really good fun. And I will see you next week with another podcast. Look after yourselves. As I said, it's crazy out there. A great time to develop balance and temperance internally. and look at this as an incredible time to be alive, because yes, it's a bit bonkers, but boy, are we growing. Thank you so much for listening to the Dharma Life podcast. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Please come over and say hello on my Instagram, our Facebook group, and also please let me know what you thought. So if you are listening, please take a screenshot of the podcast that you are listening to. Tag me on Instagram and I will reshare your post, and please let me know what it is that you got out of today's episode. Remember, when we do our Dharma, we are happier, healthier, we live longer, and we have a deep sense of unshakable inner peace.